So welcome back to another video. In this one, it'll be my updated team for round 4. Obviously, most of the teams weren't announced when I put out my first video. I think it was over half of my team weren't announced to play, and with some of the fixtures being, I guess, against weaker teams, sides have rotated quite a bit with their starting teams. So I have changed my team quite a little bit. Apologies I couldn't get it out before the Japan game last night against Samoa, but hopefully now it's before the weekend where most of the fixtures are played. If you want to change it to some of my picks, then hopefully you can. So looking at my original team from the previous video, we obviously know Thomas Gallo isn't playing. Australia's team aren't out yet, but I do expect Angus Bell to start in that game. Martins, their team also isn't out against Australia. I have changed Cornelson as a disclaimer. Visa and Dion Faree, we obviously know, are starting. Rhynak 2. Darcy Graham is in for Scotland, but they do have a slightly weakened team. Hugh Jones not on the team sheet again for the second week running. Van der Merwe also nowhere in the match 23. So there are some changes. Let's take a look at them. So I think we'll all know, if you play fantasy regularly, then tinkering your team before and with this World Cup during the round is just so heartbreaking. All I'm doing at the moment is tinkering my team, but I have locked in with this. If I do tinker it even more, you guys will obviously be the first to know, so don't worry about that. So first of all, let's look at the South African team sheet. So originally, we all know who I had in my team. I had Jasper Visa, Dion Faree and Cobus Rhynak. Now, I have changed all of them three out, probably due to the fact that I've changed other people in other positions, like a Van der Merwe wasn't playing. However, I have gone Vincent Koch, Grant Williams and Mapimpi. Reason being, Vincent Koch, he is pretty much a Saracens bred player and they're one of the best club teams around, but also that South African pack is going to dominate that Tongan pack. Grant Williams also playing on the wing. Cobus Rhynak, yes, he did score 3 tries last time out, but Grant Williams scored 2, and I'm sure Williams, being no outside back on the bench, is going to stay in for the whole game, whereas Rhynak is probably going to be rotated. And then my thoughts with Mapimpi. Van der Merwe looked like an amazing pick against Romania, but he's not in the starting 15 or the 23, so it has to be Mapimpi, seeing as though what he did for me last game. And at the moment, I have put the captaincy on him. We'll see if that stays going into the round. So next up, I was looking at the Argentina team sheet. There's no Gallo, even in the match 23, which is really surprising. So I have actually gone with Nicholas Kramer and Facundo Isa. They're both on the back row, and to be honest, I think Argentina need a pretty decent performance. They do like to play flair, so I do expect a lot of tries from their backs. However, I haven't picked any of their backs just because there's so many better fixtures. Or maybe not better fixtures, but better players that I want to pick in the backs. So I have gone with Isa at 8 and Kramer, who is playing 7, but down as a second row in the game. Next, I looked at the Fiji lineup, and this looks pretty decent, to be honest. I had to have at least one of their backline in, and I have gone with Joshua Tuisova. It was a coin flip, really, between, well, either Radradra, Tuisova or Nais Alevu as captain, but I think Tuisova, just from previous fantasy points, he does get a lot of points. He carries strong, also good for tries and turnovers, so I think he's going to be a really solid option. And then finally was that Scotland team against Romania, and to be honest, I'm quite disappointed in how they've selected their team. The pack is essentially totally changed from their starting pack, apart from maybe Matt Fagerson, but obviously we've got Jack Dempsey at 8. Matt Fagerson usually plays somewhere on the back row, probably 6. And their backs just, I don't know, maybe it's because Russell's not in there and we've got Ben Healy, who we're not really familiar with, but it doesn't excite me as Scotland usually would, hence why I've only gone down to 2 Scotland players as opposed to 3. I still get Darcy Graham in there. He's obviously a flair player, came on last game and just scored pretty much a wonder try out of nothing. He should also play all game to get some good minutes in him. And I've also gone with Matt Fagerson as well. He's one of their main ball carriers in, well, that Scotland team, to be honest, let alone the pack. And I think he needs a pretty decent game if he's going to keep his 6th position. Jack Dempsey is performing pretty decently. We've also got Rory Darge as well pushing for that starting team, along with obviously the captain Jamie Ritchie. So he needs a good game to ease himself into that 15. So that's my updated picks for round 4. I do appreciate this is quite a voice-over heavy video. However, I did just want to stress the reasons why I've picked who I've picked essentially. And I also just wanted to get the team out to you guys because, yeah, we are within round 4. So I hope you appreciate that. I guess main takeaways, the Scotland team isn't as stacked as I would have thought it would be, especially with them needing bonus points from each of their last 2 games. And also, I did kind of flip my choices with the South African team. Obviously, 3 new picks in there. I've also backed Argentina, so that's kind of the 3 main value points for me. So if you did like the video, then please drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, of course, and keep turning that notification bell on to never miss out on a video. Good luck with round 4, and I'll see you in the next one.